Are there any big differences between what's going on in the US with mobile and the United Kingdom?
Yeah, it's interesting actually. I've been tracking what's been going on with mobile recruitment for a really long time. We've had mobile in our recruitment process for over 10 years over here, and previously when I've looked at the US market, it's just been them getting very excited about SMS and all the kind of things that we really take for granted over here. Interestingly, in the last 18 months, they've taken a massive leap forward in terms of the mobile internet. Now, we are struggling to keep up with the rest of the world in terms of connectivity at the moment, so we're very slow on the uptake with 4G, which is a shame. But interestingly, there were a number of companies there who had worked out ways of doing mobile applications. And I think the conversation in this country is always, well, people don't want to apply for jobs on their phones, or we can't let them because of their ATSs. And 3 or 4 of the organisations who were speaking, I saw them at last year's conference moaning about their ATSs, and interestingly, 12 months on, they'd all found ways of working around them, and they're all using different methods of mobile applications.
Interesting debate, therefore, is that simple question, M-site or app? Do you have an answer?
Yeah, I don't think that's a debate. I think that's really misleading, and I think people get really caught up in that. An app is something that, apps are incredibly popular without any doubt. They're very, very good for job boards, because if I was job seeking, it's great to see lots of jobs in one place. But apps are for people. Apps are for things that people like doing regularly, or regularly in a reasonably long period of time. So, from a corporate recruiting perspective, I don't think people would be that interested in downloading a recruitment app. Also, if you build an app, you have to market it. So I'm not ruling them out, but I think they're a very, very different thing to M-sites, and I think every company should have an M-site, and by an M-site, mobile site, something that's enabled and optimised for at least the major mobile phone platforms. We've just done a bit of research that is tied into the white paper that we're just releasing, and basically something like only 10% of the top US and UK employers have any kind of M-site at the moment. So it's a huge issue, because you just look at the sheer amount of traffic that's on the mobile web. LinkedIn was saying earlier 27% of their traffic comes from mobile. It's the same for job boards. People will be viewing your corporate career site on their mobile, and at the moment you're not making that easy for them.
You mentioned your report, and you've just shared one key finding. Are there any other findings around things like times a day people are looking at? Is there a difference between what people are doing when they're using their mobile to maybe other devices in terms of looking for jobs online?
One of the things that we talk about in the report is something called mobility. Now, mobility means something quite different in recruitment and something quite different in the UK. But basically, mobility, as it's being used in the emerging mobile marketplace, is all about a seamless experience between devices. So I don't think anyone's saying that people only use their mobile phones for recruitment purposes, but it's certainly part of the mix. Now, I don't think enough research has been done to find out exactly what part of the mix that is. But relying on the traffic that the companies who do have M-sites get, things like video are incredibly popular, because a huge use of mobiles is actually on Wi-Fi networks and within people's own homes. And also, all kinds of things are being done, including, online applications and all this kind of stuff. So there isn't any definitive research, but mobility is going to be the key in terms of allowing people to move between platforms within the process.
Okay, final question. And sorry, cliche time. You are the futurologist, not mobile. Is there any other big trends, and you travel the world, which is very cool, are there any other kind of big trends you're going to say there's something happening in this arena, and maybe next year we might see some new things going on?
I think the biggest trend, other than mobile at the moment, is video interviewing. I think everywhere you go, you kind of fall over yet another video interview provider. So I think there's interesting shake-up to come in that marketplace. But it kind of makes perfect sense, and I'm seeing more and more companies adopt it. And as I kind of said earlier on Twitter, when I was young anyway, we kind of dreamed of being able to make video phone calls, and now you can make them. It's a shame that they're not being used as much as they possibly could be in recruiting. So I kind of stake my reputation on the rise of video interviewing.